I had made a considerable amount of money. My dad told me making money will make you extremely successful. So I made a bunch of money by the age of 24. I drove a beautiful Aston Martin, the one from James Bond. I bought a house on the water. I bought myself a little yacht. Now you're already thinking, oh my God, Master, your life was so bad when you were 24, right? And I was lost. I was spending like there's no tomorrow. I was partying like there's no tomorrow. I was drinking every single day to sleep. I was getting involved in a lot of different problems. These problems are just normal human society problems, relationship problems, people complaining about each other, friendship problems, betrayal problems, all of these different things. And then I was like, how? Money doesn't make you happy. Money isn't successful. I'm supposed to be successful, but I got money and I'm not happy. Every day I would ask myself, what is the purpose? Why am I here? And I would get so stressed about these problems that now I look at as not problems, that I would say, just take me away. I would say that. I remember I used to look up and I used to say, just take me away, please. And it was quite interesting because now I look back, I realized that that part of my life was also divinely orchestrated and divinely planned. When I was 25, I was working in my restaurant. And when I was working in my restaurant, it was on Valentine's Day. We hired in a Chinese musician. Her name was Lisa. And when she was performing and playing that instrument, then suddenly, before her time was supposed to finish, because we hired her to perform at the restaurant, she just started packing her things. And I said, where are you going? She said, yeah, I'm so sorry. I really need to leave early because I haven't packed my stuff yet. Then I said, where are you going? And she said, I'm going to Kenya. And I said, you going where? I think she was 17 years old. 17-year-old Chinese girl going to Kenya. And I was like, why are you going to Kenya? And then she showed me her phone. And then she said, this is why. And she showed me a picture of her and some in an orphanage in Kenya. And she said, I'm going to see them. Why you? I said, it's dangerous, no? She said, you should come. I said, no, I don't think so. She said, you should come. It is amazing. I said, no. That same night, I went out drinking. When I was drinking with my friends, I said to my friends, I said, guys, today this weird Chinese girl asked me to go to Kenya with her to see some children or something. And I was laughing about it while drinking. My friend looked at me and said, don't go to Africa. Why? It's very dangerous. I linked dangerous. Oh, maybe someone will kill me. Maybe that's how I leave this planet. I left the bar. I picked up my phone while walking home. I messaged Lisa. Lisa, what time's your flight tomorrow? Right, I've got a huge opportunity for you. I know you're into manifestation and law of attraction. You may have some dreams and goals or aspirations, maybe, I don't know, the love of your life, or maybe some good health, or maybe wealth. You might want to manifest your mansion or your supercars. Whatever it is, I've got a 5-day manifestation challenge that we're going to be running, and it's free for you to join. Now, you'll probably be asking, what am I going to learn in this manifestation challenge? Well, come in and I'll let you know. So, first of all, after working with millions of people, right? Just even on the YouTube channel alone, it's reached out to millions of people on the topic of law of attraction manifestation. What I've found is that people have 3 biggest problems when it comes to manifesting. And one of those problems, the first thing is that the energies are not activated. The vibrational frequency is not high enough. These are what I call the 3 A's. So the first thing that we will teach and share with you is how to activate your channels so that you can really raise your vibrational frequency. The second A is to do with alignment. right? We always talk about aligning our thoughts, our feelings, our actions. I don't know if you've had it before. You may have a dream, you have a goal, you have something that you really want to manifest, right? And then you set the intention, and then later on you start doubting, you start fearing, you start thinking, oh, why is this happening? Because we need to learn to vibrationally be aligned. And what's that about? That's about reprogramming that subconscious mind so that it's geared for autopilot manifestation. So that's what we're going to be covering in day 2 and day 3. And the final part of it is to do with what? The final part is the amplification of your vibration. When you amplify your vibrations, what happens is our energy field, it expands. When it expands, what happens? It connects. When you can connect your energies with the universe, then the universe will always deliver to you immediately. You become magnetic. If you would like to join this 5-day manifestation challenge, then all you need to do is just click the link around this video. It's absolutely free for you to join, but I will only encourage you to act fast because spaces are extremely limited. So click on the link and register for your space, and I look forward to seeing you on the challenge.
She said, okay, it's this time. I booked the flight straight away while half drunk. And I started packing my stuff at home, and I went to catch the morning flight with Lisa. We went to the thing, went to the airport, flew with Lisa. We got to the place. I remember coming off that flight in Nairobi. I remember getting on the easy coach, which wasn't so easy. And I remember walking out of the airport, and do you know what was going through my mind? Oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. They're going to stop me. They're going to stop me. They're going to stop me. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I literally walked out. That was my mantra. It was so weird. Like I was chanting. That was like my affirmation. And then 24 hours later, we finally got that 8-hour coach. By the way, some of you may, I don't know if any of you are interested in coming on volunteer trip, but we got one in October. So some of you will go through that same journey I went through, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. But I remember getting there. And when we got to the land, there was this land. Her name was Betty. Auntie Betty, we call her. Amazing lady. She took in 34 kids. She was looking after herself alongside her husband, George. We're looking after 34 kids on her compound, on her land. So Lisa took me to go and visit Auntie Betty to see what we can help with. And when I got there, when I sat down, it was in the middle of the night, I sat down, all the 30-something kids just ran up to me. And they had the most beautiful smiles I've ever seen in my life. And they all started holding my hand and smiling and laughing and things. And I was like, whoa. I just started bursting into tears. I seen there was a few kids playing with this Coca-Cola can, just kicking it around. And when they were kicking it around, they were laughing and cheering. And in the far distance, there was a lady there cheering them on and smiling and singing. And I was there, bursting in tears. Tears. I was thinking, what's wrong with me? Why are these people so happy? They're in mud huts. They have food shortage. They don't even have clothes. They don't have shoes. Why are they so happy? Why I'm supposed to be the one who has everything, but I want to kill myself? Why it seems like they have nothing, but at the same time it looks like they have everything. What did that teach me? It was my biggest awakening. It was my biggest epiphany. It was my biggest paradigm shift, perspective. That's what it taught me.